This has got to be tightened. Oh, I didn't get my grater. Oh. Oh. I've decided, if my hands can stand it, that I'm going to grate the zucchini, because when it cooks down, it thickens the sauce. But first, we've got our compost bucket, our tub for our zucchini, and let's start with the baby. Look, oh, the baby. This thing's huge. Humongous. Humongous. So let's just start with the biggest one and get it out of our way. I've washed them. And now I'm going to peel them and seed them. Oh my goodness. Let's peel first. Actually, I'm going to take these out of this bin, because then I'm going to put them in the dish pan. More water on the friggin' floor. God help me. I'm flooding the house. I'm not kidding. Hey, Leanne. Hi, Michelle. Hello again. It's getting really hot in here. I'm going to have to open some windows because of the burners. And my fan over my stove is broken and has not been fixed. I do believe a squirrel got at the wiring or something. But that's on Howie's list this weekend, because I'm canning tomorrow. Oh, frig. It's not going to make any difference, is it? So, we're just peeling these. I love my peeler. Later today about the gluten-free stuff yes, please. I love this peeler because it's so easy to just pull the seeds out like that. I haven't eaten today. Well, that's not true. I had toast at 5:30 this morning. But I think I'm going to grate the zucchini for the garden medley vegetable, just because A, Howie doesn't like chunks, and B, it will cook down and make thick once some of the water cooks off. So, oh, and I'm not recording. There we go. Sorry, folks. I'm starting on the zucchini now because I like my garden medley vegetable is one way to use up a lot of zucchini. And I'm going to grate it just because it makes it thicker. When it goes into the tomatoes and starts to cook down, it will thicken it. That's what this handle is good for. Like, just like that. Hey, Kathy. Good to see ya. Hey, Manette. Sorry, I'm eating the innards of the zucchini. Excuse me. I'm starting to sweat. Glisten, as my Aunt Josie would say. Oh. You know what's weird? Is I'm harvesting and I'm already thinking of next year's garden. Isn't that wild? And then I'm going to start grating. When they get this big, I don't leave the skins on them because they're too bitter and tough. And God knows I got enough zucchini in the freezer. I was going to go like, oh, I got to, And then I realized, oh, no, I'm making garden medley vegetables. I'll just use these up. And watch how we come home from work and bring me in another pile of them from the garden. You watch. It's just... throw peels in there, Bev. There we go. So what's everybody doing this weekend? I'm getting better organized in the pantry and stuff because I have a lovely woman coming to clean on Tuesday. And so I have things to get caught up, like, well, my laundry's almost caught up, but I got to get, you know, dishes done and stuff out of the way. I'm not going to be working with any flour now until next week because I want my oven, well, at least not my oven. We're all looking to next year. Groceries are so costly, we will need everything we can get. Absolutely. Fly tying for fishing. Oh, cool. Hey, Hell House Paranormal, how's it going? Hello, darling. Oh, come on, get out. I had it the wrong way around here. Hey, Elaine. Oh, shoot. I'm putting the guts in the dish pan. All right, I need to start grating these before. And what I need for that is my scraper. Where is my scraper? It's not over there because I just washed it. So I bet you it's in the dishwasher. Nope. There's my dough scraper. Noreen and Noreen's Kitchen sent me that. Oi! Okay. Now I can grate. What's going on, Lou? What's going on? I missed that. If it wasn't for coupons, both on the store app and one send us, I wouldn't be able to feed this house of 33. 33? How many wives you got? This weekend we are working on our shed that we bought. We had one custom made and now we have to finish anchoring it down so the wind doesn't catch it and run off with it. Well, that's a good idea. I don't care if I have chunks because it's all going into the tomatoes. Hey, Rosie. Hi, Judith. And thank you again to Linda Bopp and Seashell for being such amazing moderators. I can't thank my moderators without thinking of Dallas Red, God rest her soul. She was she's the one who showed everybody how to do it. How is it going, darling? How's Yorkshire? How's the weather there? Our trees are all starting to drop their leaves, and it doesn't help to put this on its side like this and then dump it. 9 sisters, 8 brother-in-law, they're 12 kids, my roommate, parents, and me, 33. That doesn't include the soon-to-be total of 75 hens. Jeez, where do you put them all? Hi, Bob. How's it going? Where do you put them all? Manette. Hey, Quacker Farm. Shellbell. Trudy W's back. Hi, darling. Lisa Booker. Lou's Northern Homestead. Grandson is waking up. Okay. We have gale storms at the moment. Not many leaves left now. Well, there won't be many left here before long. We're just waiting for the equinoctial storm. You know what I mean? The one that comes once all the leaves are at their absolute beautiful, then it rains for 3 days and takes them all off. You know, There was a poem, I could never remember it, but it was all about an autumn party. The shed down. Yeah, absolutely. About autumn, the trees threw a party, and they all dressed up, and the chaperones were the pines, and they all got their finest clothes on, and the wind came, and the party was over, and all the leaves were gone, and everybody went to bed for the winter. I can't remember what it was, but I'm going to have to look it up. It's a story about an autumn party and falling leaves. Falling leaves go by my window. Autumn leaves of red and gold. But I miss you, my darling. And the autumn leaves start to fall. Oh, my teeth hurt even with the Tylenol. Italian sausage Scooby-Doo's. Oh, that was so good. And you know what? I could have used 2 of those sausage and used the other 2 for another recipe, but I didn't bother. I talked to Stephanie from Let's Homestead Instead today. She's hoping to come out now that the kids are all back in school. She's hoping to come out for a visit soon. Okay. Let's shut this camera off because the battery's getting low. And we haven't even started the onions, which probably won't get done today because my tomatoes have to cook down. Feeling much better and that's all you're saying? Okay, honey. Oh, I just heard a heater come on over there. Sun's going down, obviously. I don't know why I cut them up when it's just as easy to do this. You ask how we do it. The kids get bunk beds. The adults are on pull-out couches. There's a trailer out back. They rotate through. My roommate and I are in twin beds on one of the smallest rooms. Holy smokes. Well, God love you for it, honey. God love you for putting up your family because I don't know if I could do it. Right? I know I could, but, and I've got I have like a 2-bedroom in-law suite downstairs. But the living room, the floor, the joist got somehow something screwed up. So Howie's got to tear up the living room floor downstairs and fix it and then put more flooring back down. But that's not going to happen before Thanksgiving. So I told him just throw a piece of plywood over it and the rug for now until after because it's more of a winter project for him. I'm still getting tomatoes this late in the season. I know. I'm finding that my boyfriend's mother is trying my patience and it's only been a month and a half. What, does she live with you? If we didn't have 2 of my sisters would have lost their houses by now, and one of my brother-in-laws lost his job and hasn't found a replacement, and the other sister and her hubby wasn't making enough. Jeez. Well, and yet people say, what's wrong with the economy? The economy's fine. No, it's not. It's in the tank. Oh, God. I'm going to have to go see a dentist and get a bunch of teeth. I might have to get all of my teeth pulled. Couldn't get a proper building of 30 by 38. Raised bed, fully fenced next year, growing as much as possible. Oh, yeah, do it. Hey, Debbie. Gotta run, finish dinner. Our fall colors are changing at all. Next month, we'll get some fall colors. Ours will be gone by middle of next month. Take care, sweetheart. Hey, Missy. How's it going? Stacy. Yeah, the economy does suck. Hey. I finally got 2 bushels of carrots done. I froze some and pressure canned the rest. I have sweet potatoes growing in my greenhouse. Well, I'm going to get Howie to stop at the farmer's market. Actually, no. This weekend I'm going to look for carrots. This this poor lady who's coming to clean my house has no idea what she's up against. I'll have most of it tidied away by then and done, so. But I miss you most, my darling. Call you a food hoarder. Who, me? No, one way or another, I might, if I can, get some fill put in this fall before the snow flies. It just depends on, I still have to do carrots and potatoes after this. And then I feel like I'm pretty good, you know? Gosh, I may need a bigger bowl. Come on it. Someone said I should put that on a t-shirt. I ain't gonna need a bigger bowl. My daughter gets carrots for deer feed. Well, we haven't found any. That's where I'm going looking this weekend. I'm going up. We're gonna go up farther north because I hear they have some in Kaz and Gracefield. So if I can't get them in Kaz, I'll go to Gracefield. Hey, AM, how's your knee doing? It's sore as hell. It's my teeth that are the worst right now. There's no cavities, nothing. They're just loose and falling out and hanging on by gums and nerves, and it's painful. She got a truckload for $85? Wow. Hi, Vanessa from Montana. Evening from the UK. Hi, Debbie. My crooked little homestead. Well, I want 3 bags if I can get them. So we'll see. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get all of this zucchini in this one bowl here. I hope so. It's all going in the fridge till tomorrow anyway, but I just want it done. Because then all I have to do is chop onions, get some celery out of the freezer, and we're good to go. You know what I mean? Garden medley vegetables. Zucchini, celery, onions, and tomatoes. And almost everything is coming from my garden. Almost. I did get a half a bushel of tomatoes from the farmer's market. Ended up having to puree them. Oh, yep, here we go. Living in Russia at the moment, so canning everything, but that moves, I bet. So happy to have finally caught alive. Hi, Vanessa. Planning to make your sausage. Listen, my sausage is extremely lean. So if you want lean, you may want to add fresh onions instead of dried leeks. And you may want to use a cheaper cut of meat. You might want to use like a pork, cheap pork roasts because you need more fat. I just like ours extremely lean. Time is it? I'm gonna have to start supper. I'm hoping I can do this in the next half hour, get this all done and in the fridge. I actually might salt these and dump it in a strainer and let it drip into the dish pan so that I can get as much of the water off. Of course I'm busy in the kitchen. What time of year is it? Butchering 2 pigs this weekend. Good girl, or fella, or whatever. I'm going to say economy stinks. It's not good. I'm 60. I remember a lot of things that were better. You know what? Just know this. If you can, stock up on things that you might not think you need. Like toilet paper and sugar. And at the market with good food, get there and give them yours what? Get their number right. I'm 62. You're a 62-year-old lady. Well, I'm a 59-year-old lady. Oh. And I may end up putting a bag of chopped zucchini, whatever I have extra. Yep, me too. I've still got carrots to do, potatoes to do. My beans are left on the vine to go to seed. And then in December, I think it is, end of November, beginning of December, I get my butchered pig. And my butchered pig and a half of beef. And I'll be canning up a lot of ground meat. I keep nagging for another freezer. I think mine's dying. I thought it was dying last year, but I don't know. I may have to look on for another secondhand one. That one I bought in 2006 with my first paycheck at the bakery. That big one. But it's, you know. But if I am going to get a new one, I got to do it before the beef and that comes. So we'll see. We will see. I canned up all my, or jarred up all my sugar today. I've got 15 pounds of sugar. Because it's, oh, that's what I was going to say. Not just things you need, but things you know, like toilet paper, sugar, flour. If you can stockpile that stuff, if something happens, you've got it for barter, right? Okay, Lisa Booker, you take care, sweetheart. Stuff like toothpaste. Oh, I always buy extra toothpaste. But, I mean, I think I got one more trip to Costco in me. Because I need the instant mashed potatoes. Me too. I want to get a couple of boxes of instant mashed potatoes, like Just Spuds, and see if I can't stock up on some more cheese. Because my 2 little freezers are full. So, cheaper vanilla. I have 2 bottles of it in the artificial vanilla. I have 2 bottles of it in the pantry. Okay, now I'm going to get my strainer and set this inside the dish pan and salt it to drip. And then I'm going to have to rinse it. Actually, maybe I'll just let it drip without salting it. I'll be right back. I got to check on my pots here. Here's my big thing. See, once I used to siphon off some water from my tomatoes. Don't do that. You end up siphoning off a lot of flavor. Just want to make sure nothing's sticking to this bottom here. And this needs more water. Oh, I'm opening a window. Whew. Our half-acre homestead, folks. You're not getting a video tomorrow because this is a 2-day process. Now I'm going to have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Made a decision while I was washing my hands. I am going to salt the zucchini, not a lot, because I won't salt the tomatoes. So that I can leave it in without having to rinse it. I just won't do a lot. So, into the dish pan this goes. Now I'm going to have to videotape this, folks. Hang on a second. Okay, since the zucchini is going into the tomatoes, I'm not going to salt my tomatoes. I'm just going to salt the zucchini to drain water off them. And that way they won't have to cook down as much. I'm just going to put like no more than 3 tablespoons of salt for the whole 9 yards here. And then I'll set that over there. And then we'll keep grating zucchini. There, I'm back. All right, the big one's done. Now we're going to do the medium-sized one. Watch how we bring in 6 more, you know. What am I missing? Morning. How's your day? Hi, Ima. My day's my day. Busier than a room full of long-tailed cat and a room full of rocking chairs, that's for sure. Busy. Oh, we're busier than a cat in a corn crib. Cheese freezes really well, except when you have like hard cheese like cheddar or whatever, it can crumble. It doesn't slice really well after it's been frozen. But yes, you can freeze cheese. I wouldn't try and can it though. Like I know some people do, but don't do it, okay? It's just not, you know, it's a dairy product. I can see people canning ghee or clarified butter, but don't can butter unless you clarify it. But these were brought in a couple of days ago. Howie's supposed to bring in anything else from the garden today. My 2 watermelons, because I think we're going to get frost tonight. So, I'm hoping to get this all grated up and drained and then in the fridge for tomorrow. But I want to get this done before I have to start supper. And then all I have to do tomorrow is grab the celery out of the freezer. The itchy nose. I have to grab the celery out of the freezer. I've been getting frost since September 1st. Bought my only tomato plant inside. The rest I covered with sheets and pull it off in the morning. Good idea. That's brilliant. I'm a rebel canner. I can cheese. Well, I don't recommend it. I really don't. But that's, you know, to each his own, right? I'm not going to tell you what you trust. I'm not going to tell you what to trust. I'm just going to tell you what I trust. And my butter is in the freezer. You know, and I put brick cheese in my little pantry fridge. I call it the dairy. I have a hi, Art Spot. I have a little small fridge in the pantry that I call the dairy, where I put extra milk and actually I don't need that tub now that I've got this going on. Extra cheese and cream and stuff like that. I actually have some can of milk that's gone sour, so I'm gonna have to bake it in something. Oh, I better take the seeds out of this. Remember, your peeler, if it's got a handle like this does this so beautifully, taking seeds out, seeding out the zucchini. I'm almost done for the day. I'm almost done for the day. These will be turned right down to minimum and then covered and left to sit overnight. The tomatoes, because they're going to take a long time to cook down. But every time the last time Howie went to Costco without me, I said, get, a couple of big bars of cheese, one of this, one of this, one of this. He said, everything was $14.99 except for the marble. They were $12.99 or $10.99. So I bought the marble. I said, good job. See, my husband, when we first got together, he wouldn't even use Canadian Tire money because it would, it smacked of coupons. And I said, well, you better get over that behavior right quick. For the simple reason is I learned the hard way that every penny counts. Because when I met Howard, I was a single mom on the dole, So, but I'll tell you something. One year, he got me a pair of diamond stud earrings. He got a pair of diamond stud earrings for me, and he left the price tag on them. And I thought, and he said, do you notice I left the price tag on them? And I said, yeah. He said, I got them for 70% off. I went, good for you, right? Good job, honey. So now unless it's something he absolutely has to have of the, if it has to be, name brand for some reason, he'll do that. But my husband's become a very smart shopper over the years. I trust him to go to the grocery store for me now. I'm almost there, folks. That doesn't need to be seeded. This does. This is young seed. I'm going to eat that. I'm sorry for eating on camera, folks, but I just love the center of zucchini. Raw. I really do. Watch them come in with 3 more of them. But you know what? I'll just grate them and put them in the tomatoes too. I don't care more, I love the lives. It's comforting to have the company. Thank you, Lori. Hey, is that Holly? Hey, Holly. It's comforting for me too. I can't trust my dad to do that. I can't trust most of my sisters, not a single brother-in-law. I can trust my mother and one sister to go shopping. Well, I still like to go, but that's sticker shock at Costco, just about, even without the stamps. It was still $749 minus $88. So it was still over $600. $650, even if you took the stamps off, right? Frankie Firefly, I can use arrowroot instead of cornstarch, and you can use potato starch as well. But don't can with it, all right? It has to be modified. You can't can with cornstarch or flour unless it's like clear gel or sure gel or whatever they call it. And I happen to have that. So I like it when I can just grab them and do that. What am I missing here? You can use arrowroot powder for thick. If you're talking about thickening, you can use what's the stuff they make pudding out of? I've never eaten it. Tapioca, starch, potato starch. Some things work better than others. Like tapioca starch works better in baking. See, I don't mind if I get a piece like that. It's going to end up in there anyway. See? You lay it on its side and it's just... All right. We're getting there. If we don't hand my dad coupons or make sure one of 3 of us go with him, make sure he uses them, forget it. He pays full price. No, not me, man. I never pay full price for anything if I can help it. Have you ever tried zucchini flour? No. No, I haven't. I can't be bothered. I just can't be bothered. I got enough zucchini. Like I have canned tomatoes and cabbage and onions, and now I'm going to do zucchini, celery, tomatoes, and onions. And I call that garden medley. I like to go shopping, but my sister likes to go more to the expensive stores. I learned there's a few of the same big box groceries that have price differences of dollars, but they go for convenience. Well, look at here in Canada, you got the Loblaws Superstore, which has everything in it. But the thing is it's the same company who does No Frills, and it's like you know, why would I go to like IGA? I only go to the IGA if I have to buy something very specific that I can't get at, say, Food Basics, right? I'm gonna put some water. I'm gonna put some salt on these. Another half a tablespoon. Shit, I didn't scatter that enough. Yeah. Oh, man. This is all I have left to grate, folks. And then I have to start supper. We're having pork chops, air-fried potatoes, and beans. Green beans. Oh, I'm missing something here. Hey, Vanessa! I'm 35. I have been really working hard at being as cheap as I can. It's not cheap. Cheap is when you buy garbage because it's inexpensive. You're not being cheap, darling. You're being economical. There's a difference. Hey, Frida. Hi, Deborah, this and that. You've been a big influence when it comes to that. Well, thank you, darling. I appreciate that. I don't want to really be an influencer. So there are two Walmart in the same county. One is more pricey in the south than the north because the north is poorer the side than the south side. Yep. Yep. Two more pieces of zucchini to grate here. And look. And I have it slightly salted. And look. Can you see all the liquid coming off that? Oh, I almost spilled it. And actually, I'm going to dump the liquid into the compost bucket and put this back in there. You watch how we come in with more zucchini. If you get a picture on Facebook or Gab, with, you know. But you know what? Yeah, that is true. I learned the farther out some areas, the cheaper things are, even a place where you'd think they'd be expensive. Well, you got to stretch your funds. You got to stretch your funds. There's no way around it, right? Like I have $15 in my wallet, cash, to go buying carrots. And let's hope they're not $10 a bag this year. You know? Last piece of zucchini. What's in the pot behind you? Tomatoes. 2 pots, 2 stock pots. It's tomatoes. I have the stock pot inside of one of my canners that has a rack in the bottom because my stock pots are not heavy bottom, right? So I really like a big heavy bottom stock pot that I wouldn't have to, but that big one won't fit inside a double burner or inside another pot. The big one on right there. So that one, I've put wire racks over the burner. Butchered my tom turkey. He weighed 67 pounds. And dressed out at 54. Half of a breast. And I cut 2 roasts weighing 8 pounds each. Oh my God. Good job. Make sure you brine it. Because when they get that big, they can be tough. Biggest turkey I ever raised and cooked was 39 pounds. And I had 15 people over for Thanksgiving. It had to be cooked in my wood stove because my oven, it wouldn't fit in my oven. Well, I've got I've got a butterball in the freezer. That's all the zucchini done. Yay! Could be, anyway, now I gotta clean up and start dinner now. See, I've only used like 2, maximum 3 tablespoons of salt on this zucchini. And the thing is this will, hang on, I gotta film this while I'm talking. Now, I've only put 2 or 3, at the very most, 3 tablespoons of salt here. And it is draining water out, and I keep pouring it off. See how it's dripping? And I'm going to leave the salt in the zucchini so that I just won't salt my tomatoes. So these will go in slightly salted, and then goes in the onion and the celery from the freezer. I may even put in some diced zucchini, but hang on a second here. Pouring the water off. Alrighty, there's that. I'm going to cover that with a clean towel. And this is going into the compost bucket. And I have to clean up and start dinner. Have you ever cut up a whole turkey and roasted the parts like a cut up chicken? I've been hearing about people that love it that way. No, I'm going to can mine. I can't use a butterball turkey for Thanksgiving because it's got gluten in it. It's got gluten in the butter that they inject in it. So my son can't eat it. I'm going to roast one of my big chickens. And I think I'm going to cut up the turkey and one of my chickens and debone as much as I can. And then like raw pack can it. And then pressure cook the carcass for the meat and the skin and the bones and all that stuff for broth, because I still have some broth, but I'm getting low. My whole turkey and can it. That's what I'm going to do. So I've got 2, because I've got to clean out that freezer. The tomatoes are out now. The only thing left in that freezer is 2 chickens and a turkey, right? 1 chicken is for Thanksgiving. So I'm trying to clean that freezer out because I'm going to start looking for another one. Anyway, folks, thank you for keeping me company. Once got a butterball turkey and felt like I was ripped off. There was not a ball-shaped butter in there. How freaky. You're so funny. Anyway, when people hear Frenchie's... What? When people hear Frenchie's, people think it's still a chain store and acts the same. They aren't. They still get to decide what to do with it. Anyway, folks from Life with the Wolfies, I will see you at 9 o'clock tonight for our card reading and our little bit of spiritual nourishment and prayer at the end, okay? I love you guys. I have this to clean up, and now I have to start supper, all right? Mwah! Thanks again for keeping me company. I just love it. Again, you're not getting a video tomorrow unless something crops up between now and then, because this is a 2-day process that I'm doing, and it's going to take that long. It's just going to take that long. Hopefully by tomorrow I'll be canning all this. All right? Take care. God bless. And Life with the Wolfies, folks, I'll see you at 9. Take care. God bless. Thanks again. I love you guys. Never forget that. It's true. I can love you because my heart sees you, even if my eyes don't.